Hey, Sarah, I heard you're living in our house. You got some damn nerve to do that.
Oh, hi, Gabby. Yes, but you should think that this is not your house anymore.
What the hell are you talking about? Do you think that you own this place or something? You only paid a little for the renovation. Are you serious?
Did you not hear anything from your mother?
About what?
The current situation.
I don't need to hear anything because I know that you just want to run through my parents' fortune, right?
What fortune? I've never heard or seen that ever in my life.
You are so conceited, you know? I feel so bad for my mom because she is tolerating with your harassment. Since I'm going home, I will not let you do that, you hear me?
Coming home?
Yes, I decided to have a baby there.
Where?
At my parents' house. Are you stupid?
Where are you going to stay? This is not your house.
Enough is enough! That is my parents' house and mine, okay? Do you think that my house is yours just because you live there? This might be the reason that Paul is fed up with you.
What are you talking about?
If you keep on acting this way, you can get kicked out.
This is my house, so there's no way I'm going to get kicked out.
Oh, wow. You're so confident. I wonder if you can keep that confidence until I go home tomorrow.
What, you're gonna stay here?
It's my house, so of course.
Until when?
Why should I tell you? Well, what I know is I'm going to relax for a while after giving birth.
I have no problem with you coming tomorrow, but please talk to your family because you can't stay here for a long time.
Who the fuck are you? You should be grateful that you're able to stay at my house.
And I've been telling you that it's my house now. You probably don't believe me, so talk to your parents, okay? I heard that Gabby is coming home tomorrow. What's up with that? You didn't tell her anything, did you?
Oh yeah, she did say something about coming home to give birth. I just remembered. Looks like things are not going well between her and her husband, too. I feel bad for her.
Why are you talking like it's someone else's business? There's no way she can come here and live forever. I want you and your parents to get ready to leave because you understand that you can only live here until the end of the month, right?
Oh, about that, can you think about it again?
What?
This is our house, you know. Isn't it rude to kick us out? You should think about it a little more and then decide.
Don't you understand that you're here because of what you've done? Why don't you find your own place to live?
You don't need to be pissed off, you know.
Anyways, she can only stay here 3 days max. Talk to her while you're here, and don't decide to negotiate with me because I won't.
Hey, where's my lunch? Can you prepare it before you go to work next time? You're such a useless piece of shit.
I'm at work right now. When are you staying at my house until? You're going to leave tomorrow, right? Did you talk to your family?
What? Leave? I told you I came home to give birth. I will treat you like a housekeeper because your shitty attitude and all the trouble you caused.
Didn't I tell you that this is my house now, so you can't stay here? I even told Paul you could only stay for 3 days.
I didn't hear anything from him. Anyways, I will not listen to whatever you say because I'm your sister-in-law and the daughter of this house. If you can't listen to me, I will kick you out.
Are you threatening me? Do you think that you can kick me out?
Of course I can! This is my house!
How many times do I need to tell you that it isn't?
I have a higher status in this house, so don't even try to argue with me, okay?
Don't act like you've won or something by threatening me. Why don't you listen to what I need to say?
Do you want me to tell Paul to divorce you? I can do that, you know.
Excuse me?
Anyways, you will be my housekeeper, okay? If you decide to argue with me, I will kick you out and tell Paul to divorce you.
We are divorced already, actually.
What?
We divorced 3 months ago.
Oh, you guys divorced. So is that why you're living in my house? You've got nowhere to go, right? Get the fuck out!
Please shut up and listen to me, okay? This house is mine and not your parents'. I am the owner, but since you don't believe me, ask your parents.
I don't need to ask because I know you're lying to me.
I'm telling you the truth. We started living together because your parents failed in their investment and became broke and couldn't pay the mortgage, so they changed the owner name to mine. So that's why you guys have a place to stay.
What? Failed an investment?
Yes. The reason I renovated the house was because I was trying to increase the value of the house with plans to sell or live by myself in the future. So it wasn't for your parents to begin with, because they didn't even pay a penny.
Why did they rely on you, though? Wait, what will happen to Paul then?
He works part-time at a 7-Eleven, so I think he doesn't have money. I mean, he does, but since he was cheating on me, maybe he used all of it on her.
What? He was cheating on you?
Yeah. That's why I divorced him.
I didn't know that you guys got divorced. I'm shocked!
You're shocked because you will not be able to use the divorce as a threat, right? Also, the fact that the person who you call a housekeeper is the owner of the house, right? Anyways, going back to the story about my house. I'm paying off the mortgage now, so if you want this house, you need to pay me, okay?
What? You're making us pay?
Of course! I own the house! I know that your parents paid the mortgage in the beginning, but I've been paying it for a while now. And even then, the owner name is changed to mine, so... Do you think you can still stay here?
So we really need to leave this house?
Yes! Your whole family. They promised to leave at the end of the month, so why don't you guys find a house?
What? You're seriously going to kick all of us out?
Yes, I am.
I can't even afford a house with only Paul's salary.
You can just go home to your husband's house, you know.
I can't because I was kicked out.
Oh, so it is true. Your husband sent me your belongings and divorce papers, which I thought was weird, so I called him. And he said he caught you cheating, so he doesn't need you anymore.
What? You checked without my permission?
Hey, it came to my house and I just called the number that was on the package. I told him that I divorced Paul for the same reason, and he was really sick of you two. I was too, actually.
Shut up! That's none of your business!
Yep, exactly! So that's why I don't want anything to do with you, so please leave. I'm asking you nicely.
Where would we go? My parents are going to help me give birth!
Don't decide to come crying to me, okay? We're total strangers now.
Why are you so mean all of a sudden?
Me? Don't you think that you're the mean one? You decide to come home not knowing anything and calling me a housekeeper.
I just misunderstood. Can't you at least say thank you to me, though? I was nice to you and took care of you.
No one in your family took care of me, so whatever you say, I will say no. don't think that I will help you.
I will apologize for Paul. So, can you give me the house?
Sure.
Really? Wow, that was easy. Did you understand me? I can be your friend if you want to.
The house will probably cost a few $1,000,000, so please buy it with that price. If that's okay with you, I can lower the price, but I don't think that it will be possible because no one will take out a loan. Plus, you guys have no savings. If you want to earn that much money, why not become a housekeeper? Not mine, but someone else's. I don't think you can handle it, though. I kicked all of them out of the house and was able to sell the house. Paul and Gabby's mom had to pay the alimony for the infidelity, and now they live in an old rusty apartment and are living a shitty life. On the other hand, I'm living my best life since I have money from selling the house. It's very clear that when you treat others like crap, it will always come back to you.
Mom, I'm getting married soon. I'm getting married to the man I've been dating. What? Marriage? Mia, you're dating someone? Of course I have someone. He's the same age as me, and he's really handsome. Congratulations on your marriage, Mia. I always thought my daughter would get married one day, but it's very emotional to see it come true. When are you going to get married? Will there be a wedding? I plan to get married as soon as possible. I'm planning to have the wedding by the end of this year. I've always dreamed of seeing you in a wedding dress. That's why I've been working so hard to raise you, so I'm very happy. I will support you with the money even though it's not much, so please make a wonderful wedding. But before the wedding, I have to greet him first, right? I was so excited that I skipped over it. Oh, please don't mind the greeting. I'm not bringing him to my house. What? I can't bring him to the shitty apartment. Besides, I told him that I don't get along with Mom and that he doesn't need to see you before the wedding. As long as you're at the wedding, that's all that matters. Wait, what do you mean? I mean, it's an old apartment, but it's clean and normal. And what is it about us that you and I don't get along? Why are you lying to him like that? What? What lie? I don't know what you think of me, but I hate you. We don't get along at all. What? I didn't even want to invite you to the wedding, but he convinced me that it was a bad idea. That's why I'm inviting you, who I hate so much. You should be grateful to him for that. Hey, Mia, what's wrong all of a sudden? What did I do to make you say you hate me so much? I raised you with such care all this time. Why do you hate me so much? Shut up, you old hag. You have no right to celebrate me. I've been miserable my whole life because of my poor motherhood. I hate mothers who give their daughters a hard time. I beg your pardon? You know what? Don't say a word at our wedding. I don't want you to ruin my wedding. I don't want you to talk to him or his parents or anyone. You can just sit there like an ornament. Hey, really, what's the matter with you? I don't understand why you resent me like this. And what's with the poor single-parent family? I don't know what was so poor about us. I never gave you a hard time even though I'm a single mother. Huh? You didn't let me study abroad. And you didn't take me on a Hawaii trip every year. That's exactly what I meant. We are poor. What? A trip to Hawaii? And studying abroad? Where the hell did you get that idea? My fiancé told me. He told me how I was forced to live in poverty by you. What? The man I'm marrying is the only son of a rich man. His parents own a company and he's going to take over the company. Oh, really? Is that so? He's working for another company now, studying business and management. That's where he met me and we started dating. But every day since we started dating has been hard. He showed me how poor I was. Every time I met him, I hated you more. What? We'd talk about high school and he'd say he studied abroad. And when we talk about New Year's holidays, he said his family goes to Hawaii every year. I was always embarrassed because everything was so different from ours. Of course, if you compare us to such a rich family, we will look poor. But we are a very average family. I work very hard and we could afford things. We couldn't afford to go to Hawaii, but we took a trip within the country every year. We ordered fancy meals for parties and enjoyed it. That is not enough for me. His family takes a trip within the country every month. He said they have their own chef who cooks a course meal in front of them when they throw parties. Compared to this, my family is a very poor family. We are poor because you're a single mother. Oh God. If only I had a father. If we weren't a single mother, I wouldn't be so miserable. I've been suffering because of your divorce. No, it's the opposite. You would have had a harder time if he had been here. I've been telling you all along that divorce was for your own good. What? Your father gambled and spent money like a madman. He spent all his money on gambling every month. That's why I divorced him to protect you. If I hadn't decided to divorce him, we'd be living on the bottom of the pyramid. Don't you dare tell that stupid lie. If you hadn't divorced him, we'd be living the best life we could. He's a successful man now. What? You're not in touch with him since the divorce. Well, let me tell you, he's a business owner now. Not as wealthy as my fiancé's family, but wealthy enough. That man. More importantly, how do you know about that? Don't tell me you've been in touch with him. I heard that company executives are often very well informed. So somewhere along the way, he found out I was dating the president's son. That's why he contacted me. Do you meet him in person? My dad is amazing. He takes me to fancy restaurant that requires a dress code. And he orders smartly and gives me gifts. Unlike you, he's the best father ever. Oh no. Everyone has a gambling phase, but it's married couple that stick together during such times. But you took me away and divorced him. If you hadn't divorced him, my life would have been different. At least if my father had taken me in, I wouldn't be living in poverty. My life is ruined because of you. No. Now please, just stay quiet at the wedding, okay? Hey Mia, what the hell was that speech today? I've never heard of anyone declaring their insulation in a letter to their mother in front of everyone. You were great for keeping your promise and being so quiet. But since that's the way it's going to be, don't show up in front of me. Your relationship with me is over as of today. That doesn't explain anything. I found out the other day that you have a grudge against me. But why would you say that you're not seeing me? And to say such a horrible thing in front of so many people. I don't understand why it's so horrible. I only told the truth. I couldn't study abroad. I couldn't even study as much as I wanted to. While everyone else was hanging out after school, I was the only one with a part-time job. And my mother would take all the money I made from work. Life with my mother was hell because we were so poor. It's only natural that a daughter would disown a mother like that. Huh? You would give up on me if I announced it in front of that many people, right? Even if I told you directly that I'm cutting ties with you, I don't think you'd go along with me so easily. That's why you made such a terrible speech in front of all those people? You have no idea how hard I've been working. Don't make up stories like that. Huh? You've never even wanted to go on an overseas trip. Your grades were so bad that you were excluded from the study abroad program in the first place. That's because of my part-time job. Because we were too poor, I had to work part-time and that's why I didn't have time to study. That's not true. It's because you used $5,000 on your phone. I told you to be careful how you spend it. That's why I paid for it and demanded you to pay me back. A high school student is almost an adult. I told you that you should be responsible for your own actions. You made it sound like I confiscated it to pay for my living expenses. Confiscation is confiscation no matter what the circumstances. A normal parent would forgive you after apologizing for charging $5,000. But the only reason you didn't forgive me and order me to repay the money is because we are a poor single mother family. When I told my dad about it, he said he felt sorry for me. He said if I'd been there with him, he would have paid it all. You're talking about him again. Anyway, I'm done with you as of today. I can't believe I was born into a poor single-parent family. I'm not going to take care of you in your old age, and you're never going to see me again. Are you sure about that? Of course I'm sure, you old hag. You're nothing but a burden to me. You call your only parent a burden. I do have a father. If anything, I'm meeting my dad again tomorrow. He's going to give me a wedding gift. I wonder what he's going to give me. Maybe a fancy car. Or maybe it's an IOU. If you married into a rich family, he's going to ask for a loan. I'm sure he'll ask for it. Huh? Tell him if you see him tomorrow that you ran away without paying child support, and now you're trying to take advantage of your daughter like that. Wait a minute. My dad would never give me an IOU. And there's no way he'd borrow money from me. He's a CEO now. He got more money than he knows what to do with. Or maybe he's just a CEO in name. Well then, I'll cut off all ties as you wish, and you'll never see me again. I wish you all the best. Help me! I went to see my dad and there were scary people next to him. And, he suddenly started explaining about Dad's debt. He said I should pay all his debts, which totaled $200,000. Oh my, what a crazy wedding present. I never thought he would give you the gift of debt. What part of this is a gift? I mean, what do you mean $200,000 in debt? What the hell is going on? Didn't the debt collector explain that to you? I was so scared that I couldn't hear what they were saying at all. Anyway, I just ran to the bathroom in a panic. Hey, what kind of situation is this? I only know rumors. I heard that your father's company is a pretty shady one. They force people to buy beds for a very high price. The sales were good for a while, but they didn't last long. And now the company is on the verge of bankruptcy. I heard they were in a lot of debt. You're kidding, right? But until recently, he's been taking me to the finest restaurants. He even gave me expensive gifts. I can't believe my father's company is on the verge of bankruptcy. If you think about it objectively, the timing of his approach is odd. He contacted you as soon as you started dating the president's son. Maybe he approached you for money from the beginning. Oh no! What should I do, Mom? I want to get out of here right now. Please come and help me. I'm sorry, but I promised myself I'd never see you again. I can't help you, so you're on your own. What? I really feel bad for you for having such shitty parents. But you have a wonderful husband now. He might be able to take care of your father's debt. Or at least introduce you to a lawyer who can pay off the people you're afraid of. If I could ask such a thing, I would. But I'm not in a position to say that right now. He called me just now and he says he wants to divorce me. What? Divorce? You just got married yesterday, right? It seems like the speech I made yesterday bothered him and his parents. And they wanted to know if I really had been living in hell. They found out about my grades, my bills, everything. He said, "She's a good mother. You're crazy to cut tie with someone like that." He said he couldn't stay married to me. Oh my. When you find out about your father's debt and then the divorce, it's been a bit of a bumpy ride. Please, Mom, help me. I don't want to pay his debt, and I don't want a divorce. There's nothing I can do about it. You're the one who said you want to cut ties with me. Don't you dare ask me for my help. Thank you for yesterday. I'm Anna, mother of the groom. Hi, I'm Mia's mother. Well, she insulated me yesterday though. About that, it's a very terrible story, isn't it? I looked into it because I thought it was suspicious, but it's not your fault. I can't believe she would declare the insulation on such an occasion. My daughter just told me the details. I understand that he is considering divorcing my daughter. I'm sorry for making such a selfish request the day after the wedding. But honestly, I can't stand the thought of my precious son's wife being a woman like that. I hope you understand. No, it's completely fine. That's what she's done. But why did you find her speech suspicious? I thought you believed her speech. We're both mothers. I could see in your face how much love you had for your child. And I didn't tell her, but her father has been bothering us for some time. What? What do you mean by that? Well, right after the engagement, a man claiming to be her father came to our house. And he said, "You're going to marry off my precious daughter," and asked for money. You're kidding. He did such a shameful thing? Of course I refused. And obviously we had no intention of quitting the marriage because of that. Rather, the whole family was united to protect her from her father. And yet that speech at the wedding. Both my son and husband lost all affection for her in an instant. So that's what happened. Even though I have broken up, I'm still so sorry for my ex-husband and daughter. That's not something you should apologize for. You're divorced and insulated. You're strangers to each other. You should be happy that you're free from them. I know it's naughty of me, but please enjoy the rest of your life. Thank you very much. I feel like all my hard work has paid off. Oh my god, Mom. I really am divorced. No matter how I tried to convince him, he and his parents were so cold. They said they can't trust me and that we can't be a family. They said they couldn't live with someone like me and they filed for divorce. So you're divorced from today. You have the same title as me, which you hate. You don't have to be so sarcastic. I went back to your house. Why won't you let me in? Please don't be mean and let me in the house. Oh my god, are you still coming to my apartment? I'm sorry, but I already moved out. I'm not there. You moved out? Because you and I are insulated. I don't have a daughter anymore. I'm a lonely and single person. But I have a lot of memories of you in that room. So I took the chance and moved out. I thought I'd make a fresh start and enjoy living on my own. Well, if that's the case, why don't you just tell me? I'm on my way there now. Give me your address. What? Why would I tell a stranger? I don't want to live with you at all. What? We're insulated, so of course. You're not my daughter anymore. You're just a stranger. I would never give out important personal information to someone like that. Oh no, wait. I'm divorced. I've been evicted from my home, and I have nowhere to go. Your little girl is in trouble and you won't help me? I don't have a little girl anymore, but you have a father to rely on. Having 200k in debt is in a way amazing. He is still alive and that means he has extraordinary vitality. I bet you'd be better off living with someone like that in your time of need. Definitely not a good idea. I will be caught up in a life of debt collectors. But you chose that father over your mother who raised you for so many years. Well then, take care, Mia. I'm going to enjoy my free and happy second life starting today. After that, Mia thought that maybe the debt collector from her father would come to her place too, so she quit her job and disappeared somewhere. But no matter where she goes, her father seems to appear and tell her, "Can't you even be a gold digger after the divorce? Then work for me as my daughter." And she keeps running away from him. And because of this, Mia's friends are saying, "I heard that she was hiding a tremendous debt. I heard that she got divorced and is now being chased by debt collectors." They are getting more and more distant from each other. By the way, I am enjoying my single life quite happily. It was tough being a single mother, but compared to that, living alone is very easy.